Akinyi loves stage plays and dance deep from her heart. This has helped her get an easier approach to getting a breakthrough in the local TV and film scenes. But as a lady with the many challenges in the industry, how does she survive in this industry with all the ease and able to maintain a low profile despite her being in many stage plays, TV shows, dance gigs, and even commercials? This is Off Screen.
Kwa majina naitwa Brenda Kenyan by nationality. Nimezaliwa hapa Nairobi. Nimelelewa hapa Nairobi, though different estates. And then kuna wakati nikijoin high school, ilibidi nikaenda Kisumu. Nimesomea Kisumu high school yangu. And then from high school, nilikuwa involved with other organization staff. Hizo kazi za to NGO. And then kuna wakati nikafanyishwa audition ya dancing because walikuwa wanapatiana scholarship for dancers. And then that's even ndo nilijipata nimerudi Nairobi because wenye walikuwa wanachukuliwa walikuwa wanapatiwa scholarship na shule ilikuwa ni hapa Nairobi, so ilibidi mpaka turudi. So even ndo nikajipata huku, lakini familia wamebaki Kisumu. So Brenda amezaliwa kwa familia ya watoto watatu, akiwa msichana mmoja, tena mtoto wa kwanza na mamangu. Wanaonifuata ni vijana wawili. Brenda ni mzazi wa mtoto mmoja, kijana. Brenda pia ana vitu mingi sana anafanya kimaisha. Ako upande wa usanii na pia upande wa kijamii. Nikisema kijamii ni kwamba nimefanya kazi na mradi tofauti kwa vitu tofauti kama mediation programs, conflict management, life skills na sports for development and change, vitu kama hizo. So apart from hiyo pia, because vinyi maisha inaendelea, maisha inakuwa ngumu, once in a while unakuwa na ile biashara ya kando, na biashara yangu ya kando ni ufundi. Mimi ni fundi. Nashona manguo, natengeneza viatu, begi hizi za Kiafrika sasa, custom made. Nilipomaliza darasa la 8, kuna vile baba alikuwa na shida fulani. Alijipata kwenye ajali. Hiyo mwaka wangu kufanya darasa la 8 akapata ajali like early that year. So akakaa nyumbani almost 1 year. So kwa na financial strains kidogo. Akamua kule Kisumu ni karibu na nyumbani kule like Ushago. Akaona afadhali akiwa Kisumu, it's easier if life becomes too hard, anaweza enda nyumbani because Nairobi ni mbali sana. For the 4 years ilibidi tu nikakopa, but baadaye ikakuwa tu sawa, nikazoea. Kwa vile Nairobi nilirudi mwaka wa 2020, 2012, yeah, I think hiyo ndo wakati nilirudi Nairobi. Last born wetu akizaliwa nilikuwa darasa la 3, but baada ya mama kujifungua akakuwa mgonjwa karibu mwaka mzima. Alikuwa bedridden, so I had to take that role of a mother. So ningetoka shule na mimi ndo nashughulikia nyumba nini. Alafu wakati huo tulikuwa tunaishi Kayole, na Kayole kuna shida ya maji. So natoka shule unaenda kuteka maji, unarudi kupika. Like at the age of 8 already nilikuwa adapt hiyo kwa mzazi because ililazimisha, singeweza depend on dad because dad pia anaenda kazini, anarauka na anarudi jioni. Alafu kama msichana kuna zile vitu wezi kachini babako mzazi akifanya. So ilibidi nimeanza kujikakamua. Tukakuwa tu sawa, and then kufika darasa la 8 kulikuwa na hiyo mgomo wa magari. Kuna wakati kulikuwa na mgomo wa magari. Kwa hivyo wazazi wangu walikuwa wanarauka kutoka ndio afike kule kazini saa 1. Walikuwa wanafanya kazi town na bado tuko Kayole. So wanatembea ndio wafike saa 1, inabidi watoke kwa nyumba kitu saa 11 asubuhi. Kurudi wanatoka town saa 3 ndio wafike kwa nyumba probably saa 5. Sasa hiyo period tena I had to take that initiative ya kuwa tena mama hiyo nyumba, na shughulikia vijana wawili, niko na masomo ya nyumbani, niko na masomo ya shule. So it was a bit hard. Hata performance yangu for hiyo class haikuwa mzuri sana. So I had to repeat because sikupata ile marks nilikuwa natarajia. nikaona hiyo kwangu ilikuwa max kidogo sana, nikaona siwezi end high school na hiyo max. Ndio ilikuwa imepita pass mark but sikufika target yangu. So nikaambia my parents if they're okay nirudie, because now things are at least picking up. So I had to repeat class 8 because of that. But then finally nikapita vizuri, but by bad luck sikuenda shule nilitwa because of tena the financial strains. Then now we had to go to Kisumu where it was a bit affordable. So ilikuwa a bit of a challenge, but so pia hiyo period ya kwa mtoto kulikuwa na hiyo, since I was like the overseer wawili, nilikuwa very protective over them. Like at some point nilikuwa na feel ni kama I should be monitoring every move. Hata shuleni I had to be there because brothers wangu sijui maybe nijua walidekezwa sana kuniliko, but even at class 7, 6 bado I had to look out for them, otherwise wangekuwa tu hapo, walikuwa tu watu easily bullied. So if I was not there it was a bit hard. So there was a bigger role when I was young. As much as nilikuwa ghetto, but my parents I think walikuwa a bit exposed. So once in a while we'd even have health talks, vitu tu zenye zitakusaidia to fight your self esteem, because most of the time inaonganile mtu mwenye peer influence, self esteem, vitu kama hizo ndio zinaleta hizo challenges, hizo effects za kwa ghetto. But my parents would sit us down and we'll talk about everything like step by step. So una grow kijua I'm not supposed to be doing this. Like they were open, walikuwa open sana na discuss. When I was in class 8 hata kuna wakati nikikuwa chini kudiscuss about sex. Like they had to tell me everything about sexuality. So if I decide to go out there najua kenye nafanya but nishaambiwa. So I think your exposure ilinisaidia kufight the peer influence around me. I was growing in a ghetto, yes, lakini at least I was able to fight it. And then I think sikuwacha nini kani control, because that was the period ya puberty hapo. Sikuwacha kani control sana. I got myself busy, and I think it's because of your responsibilities nilikuwa nazo home zililimit sana kukuwa na mabeshte nje, hiyo kutembea kunini. So naweza sema hiyo kupatiwa hiyo job ya kukaa home kushughulikia watu na kosa time ya kwenda out iliniokolea sana, because sina hiyo time. Nitasoma saa ngapi, nitafanya tuition saa ngapi, watu hiyo wanafaa kukula, nafaa kuosha hao nini, so hauna hiyo time. Ukipata time ni kupumzika. So I think hiyo pia ili play a very major role of me not getting really influenced within air. Napenda chapati sana. Hata kivyangu wiki yazisha kama sijapika. Performance yangu ya kwanza kabisa ilikuwa nini? Actually ilikuwa community theater. Because hizo mradi nilijoin. Because as I told you, there was the financial strain. So hata venye tuko na wewe hapa, I didn't manage to finish my high school. I had to drop out nikiwa form 3. So because nilikuwa na avoid hiyo kwa mtaani watu kuniuliza mbona uendi shule, ilikuwa inanipatia so much stress. So I had to find something to do. So nikajoin mradi fulani. So from hiyo mradi nikapata wanakungana a theater group. Na because I had always nimekuwa na hiyo interest, I joined the theater group. So when the director saw my performance was so good, after doing the community mobilization, the community theater, akanipatia a very major role. Me, my first stage performance, I got a major role. I was like the main character for my very first stage performance. So hapo ndo nilianzia. But then that was in Kisumu. Coming to Nairobi, it was a bit of a hassle because nikikuja Nairobi niliingia kole. So most of my time ilikuwa consumed in college. Sikuwa na hiyo time ya kufanya theater. But as time went by, when I was almost finishing my course, nikaanza kuji-involve na kufuata hizi shows zinaendelea KNT, because that's where even the school was, at the National Theatre. Nikaanza na set books. Set books nilifanya I think 2 shows, and then the third show nikapata tena one of the major roles, which I think was a plus for me. So from the set book, easy public shows, mtu akani-identify, akanipatia a role, though it was an extra. Not really an extra, but a featured character, because I was playing like a very supporting role, although ilikuwa kidogo, but it had a reason to be there. So Yeah, even ndo nikaingia into now the public from hiyo the first public show, even ndo nikaingia on the public platform. So it's been a growth pole pole too. Like because they didn't work on angalia performance ya mtu in terms of shule, they were looking at your artistic capability, because ilikuwa ni college inafanya majorly ilikuwa na major sana kwa dancing, but then there was the side courses like theater and design and music. So hizo zilikuwa two side courses, but the main one was dance. So for them, they were just looking for the artistical capability. Okay, quitting has never been an option for me, but kuna time unafeel ni kama ina take forever to get to mali unataka kufika. Kuna wakati unafeel maybe there is something you're not doing right, so unataka kuanza tena mpya. But for me, not even for a moment I've ever thought of quitting. I've just thought of having a side thing that can inaweza nishikilia kama bado nang'ang'ana kupata my own goals in terms of artist. So the quitting thing haijaikuwa kwa vocabulary yangu kabisa in terms of art. Kenyesha disappoint sana ni kuna time nilienda auditions. Nilikuwa it was a dance audition, like kulikuwa na other roles, but mimi nilienda as a dancer. And then I was shortlisted. Wakaniuliza kama naweza choreograph, nikawaambia yes I can choreograph. And then they told me to set 2 days off, like ni hizo siku mbili free, because they will need me for the choreographies. Watataka niende nifanye choreography and nini. So I decided to set those 2 days free, only for these guys not to call me completely. Alafu siku ya shoot nikaona a different team. I ended up being a background actor, like I ended up being an extra in kwa hiyo shoot. Best yangu hata ndiye akaniambia bedhe tuna cast for extras huko. Nikamwambia mimi niko home, sawa come. So going there nikapata the guys who audition me hata wakanipigia simu, they are the ones doing this shoot, lakini sasa ni wase wengine ndio wanafanya the dance. So I felt really bad. Nikasema haya, what happened? Because no one now was picking up my call. But then I was like sawa, it may happen, I cannot change it. But it was a bit disappointing. But naweza sema challenge iko ni kwamba madam, which is a reality, they tend to be very vulnerable when it comes to casting. Because si ni producers wote or casting agents wote, but there's a thing about nitakukast kama kuna venye na benefit as the woman. And as a woman, definitely, if it's not paying, it's definitely giving in to the casting. So imekuwa challenge kwa madem sana, especially if you have your own principles that you cannot give in someone for a job, you end up never getting a role. As much as you're capable of doing that role, una end up haujapata role because you cannot give out what they want. So I don't know how maboy wako, sijui venye machali wana survive. Maybe hapo pia kuna kitu wanaulizwa na tujui, but ya madem ina come out sana. Because hata kuna time nilipost to Facebook that most of the casting or most of the producers, the way they'll give you a job is you accepting to give back to them and not money. It's definitely our body, or just have a thing with them. So inakuwa challenge. Inapata kama uko na ile roho kidogo, like if you're not patient enough, unaluzio nini ya morali ya kwa msanii kabisa. So if you have your own principles, inakuwa hard to even get roles that you may need, unless it's also a principled production that they work professionally. But kama that ukikuwa na bahati mbaya uende kwa production kama hiyo yenye lazima ulipe na mwili yako, it's a challenge. Given our Kenyan budgeting in terms of art, unless you have a major role or unless you have a contract with a certain production that is continuous, then that's okay. But if ni hizi jobs za kuitwa, because for now, fine, I've been featured in major programs, yes. But as what? As a featured artist. It's not a guaranteed role that utaendelea nayo. If it's guaranteed, then depending on your bills, you can survive on it. But this is something unaitwa and you're not sure what will be the next time I'll be called. Yeah, so you really, at my level, say I can't really depend on it. And I believe there's so many artists there who would say the same thing. You can only be depending on it if you have a role, like something recurring, something you can always you know by end of the month I have my payroll, my pay slip coming in. That's different. But hii ya kuitwa, because it's not like this big production they pay good money. It depends on which production, but it's not like money that can sustain you that long. Yeah, so inabidi umekuwa na kitu ingine aside unafanya. SWVL was, I got it through a call. Like, I think it was just God's favor. Because ni simu nilipigiwa 6 asubuhi and I was needed on set by 8. So they were like, Brenda, we need you on set. Can you come through? So I got to know the details. Because it was a friend, niliona awia hizi niuza. So I got all the details on set. Like, what am I doing? How much am I getting paid? Blah, blah, all that stuff. So, fine. It's a... SWVL is actually an online ad. Yeah, so there is always a difference in pay for online ads and for TVC. It's not really a TVC, it's just an online ad. Yeah, given the role I was doing, at least I can't really specify the amount I was given, but yeah, it was worthwhile. Most of our production measure a lot in local audience. Like, our target audience are just the locals. But if I had the chance, I would make it not just a local audience. Because look at it this way, movie stores are being opened every single day. And it's not like they're selling our local programs. They're selling international programs, Nigerian movies or South African movies or Western movies. Why? Because as much as we love our local contents as audience, but there are stories we are missing. There are those 2 fiction stories we really need to see, but you can't find it here. And reason why, Pia, as an audience, I would say, the local will watch it because it's Kenyan. But when it comes to comparison, I'd rather take the South African movie, even though it's not in English, but there's a subtitle, I can follow it up. It's because when they do it, they know it's not just their audience. They target even other people would be interested to know their stories. So as Kenyan production, are we interested to tell our stories to other people who are not Kenyan? And is our production showing that? But in reality, as an audience, I would say it's very minimal. It's very minimal. Fine, we're trying to bring out our roots. Look at, okay, I use Nigeria a lot because even in Kenya, we watch Nigerian movies. We look at our local stations. During the day, we have Nigerian movies going on in the morning, in the afternoon. It's not like those slots are just for Nigerian movies, but it's the demand of the audience. Like, unaangalia time, what audience are watching, and if the consistency is enough, that is what you keep on playing. And because their audience for Nigerian movies, that is what they keep on playing. But what if we brought our own story, but that can be watched here, and still that Nigerian person, when you tunawatch yao, pia anaweza watch yetu? Then definitely there will be a difference. So I don't know how to go about it because I'm not a producer, but I think if they lay down their heads and just find out how to broadcast every production they do and not limit themselves to just a local. So I don't know, but the producers maybe just need to sit down and just play their cards and find out what can they do to make that happen. To make a Tanzanian anunue movie ya Kenya na seme wow, hii movie iko sawa, and I can watch it, I can recommend it to anyone else. I really do not know what's limiting hizo movie kutoka nje. Because for example, kuna hii movie ilifanywa Half-Life. Why did it go outside? Maybe it was the quality, maybe it was the marketing. Like, there was something someone did somewhere that made it go international. Look at Spamodo, look at Rafiki. What did this production do different from what we normally do? That's making Papa Shirandula, for example, iyezi onona msewa uko nje. What is making the difference? Yeah, I really can't tell what, but if at all I would have a chit chat with the producers, I would know maybe what the difference is. Yeah, why Half-Life really made it international, and why something like, let me take you back, like Cobra Squad was just local, you know. And the storyline is good. It's not like the storyline is not good. It's good, but why didn't it break out? International, I'm looking at Mila Vovovic. I don't know if you know her. Mila Vovovic. Yeah, I'm looking at her because as an actor, I also like to have my own character build. Fine, I'm versatile. I can go for any character. But if I was to define myself as a character, I would relate myself to Mila. I'm a bit of an edgy character. I like doing stuff that push me to the edge, and that is Mila for me. So yeah, I look up to Mila, and then I look at Whoopi Goldberg, the comedy part of it, because I like the comedy thing. So those two people really matter to me. Yeah. So locally, Siko Baya, but then I think I've been having this mentality of not just being a local actor, just breaking the boundaries. If given the chance, yes. If Lupita is ours, I can say local Lupita. Something like that. I was in a relationship, but then right now I can say I'm picking up the pieces. It's like should I say courting? Yeah, I'm courting someone. Like in the process of Jonah, we've not officially decided if you're dating or not, but we're courting. It's probably a month now. Like, before I decide I'm gonna be your girlfriend, I need to know who you are. Yeah. Like, he's my boyfriend for a month, and then we break up because finally I realize it's not the kind of guy I want to date. So yeah, so we're still in that courtship level. Majorly for me, what I look at is, the main thing is, do you respect me? A guy who respects me, a guy who respects himself, and a guy who knows exactly what he wants. That already is a clue for me to really get to know you. For me, when it comes to relationship, it's an individual decision, whether you're on TV or not. If you're the kind of person who cannot sustain a relationship, you just can't. If you're on TV and you can sustain a relationship, that's just you. Yeah, so it depends on who you really are. It's not about your personality or your career or anything. Yeah, that has been a challenge, even getting somebody to date. Because the moment I tell them I'm in TV, and you see them, they start looking at you different. They start thinking, oh, you get too personal with the guys you're with on set. It's not like that. Because at the end of the day, especially when you're in media, that means your life is out there. So if you choose to let people know that you're everywhere, that's you. If you choose to keep your personal life to yourself, which can only be possible if you also stick to one person, that's you. What most people don't know about me is the fact that acting is what I do for a living, what I do as a passion, but that is not me. I am Brenda. I'm not the actor you see on the screen. So when you meet me outside from the screen, you're speaking to Brenda and you're not speaking to whoever you saw on the screen. So those are two different people. So do not mistake our personality. On screen, I remember there are times I did almost 3 consecutive shows where I was acting as a side chick. The other one I was acting as a call girl, and the other one was acting as a woman. This mpangwa kando. I just know somebody has yeah. So when I later on acted as a born again Christian, there was a show that I did as a very born again humble Christian. The guys are like, no, it's not possible. I'm like, that was not me. Whoever you were seeing on stage, that was the character. But me as Brenda, I'm somebody else. Because you see, in most cases, somebody meets me on personal basis, even if we sit down and talk, they're like, aya, sijai Brenda ni mtu kama huyo. The expectation of me becomes totally different. Because when they start talking to me, I can remember there's a guy who was like, me, I've been afraid of even me taking you out because naonanga nyi madem kwa TV naongana maringo. I'm like, yeah. So this is the reason why you've never taken me out all this long. Kumbe he's been willing to take me out, but ile notion, yeah, I'll turn him down. Because anona, I am a demo TV. We would always snob people. So just in between a conversation, kuna time tulijipata in a group conversation and he was like, but then nimekuwa nikitaka kupeleka out lakini najizuia nasema sipendi kuaibishwa. I'm like, huyo ni demu mwana kwa TV, huyo si mimi, huyo ni hiyo character nataka nikuwe. So mimi as mimi, I'm different. Brenda can play any role. Because I remember even in the featured characters I've been doing, I've not been having a consistency of a certain kind of role. I've been doing different roles. Yeah, like right now, there's something we are working on where I'm going to do my very first. Like every actor has their comfortable role, like the role they would do anytime that they would not even overthink about it. And like I told you, I'm edgy, so there's this role I'm supposed to do, where I'm going to be actually a warrior. That for me is a plus. I don't even need to stress about it, because personally, that's the kind of roles I need. But it doesn't limit me if the casting sees me to fit a certain role, I'll do it. Because already they've seen I can do it. So it's my duty to do it and bring it out. So I cannot leave it to myself. I don't know where to put myself, but most of the time I like being alone. When I'm not like outside, like when I'm not, I don't know, I have two sides. When I'm out there with people, I'm very social by the way. I'm the easygoing kind of person. But when I'm not at work or like I need to be out there, I'm very introvert. Like we call it introvert, right? Like I'm the kind of person who would even stay indoors for 2 consecutive days and be okay with that. I'll just be okay. Actually, I just do my own stuff and be okay with that. Clubbing, not really. I'm not really a club person unless I have a reason to. If I need to really break myself from the introversy, clubbing is not really an option unless I really need to, like maybe an after party, and whoever we are going out with should be really convincing, because mimi kunitoa kwa nyumba, it's not easy. But I would prefer going on ventures. That is my chill spot. Just going on ventures, maybe camping or hiking or road trips. Just something outside the box. Yeah. Just driving away to a higher place and just chilling, watching a movie. In that, you just drive away and watch the movie in the car where no one is interrupting or anything. Spend the whole day there and then drive back home. That's just works for me. I love rock music, soft rock music, but I also have side music. Like old school music for me works anytime, be it classical, soul, or jam, or pop music. That works for me. I'm the kind of person who would just sit down and at times my parents would call me crazy because I would just decide and out of nowhere just do stuff. Like that's why mostly I have my me time, because when I'm not on set, I concentrate on what can I create, be it in terms of outfits, be it in terms of writing, be it in terms of even home creativity, just within, like just create something. I like trying out stuff a lot, even cooking. That's why I learned how to cook a lot, because I always try out, create new desserts for myself. So yeah. My parents played a major role because my dad used to tell me to mimic some of the characters tungeona kwa TV. I remember there are times my mom would even tell me akienda ushago ananiambia make sure umefuata hiyo program vizuri, nikirudi utaniambia venye kulienda. So I would even narrate the whole story. So I think the creativity part even came out, following the story and knowing how they're going. And then at the age of around 5, 6, started staying with my auntie, my dad's sisters. And I can remember KTN had this 6 to 7 music session. So my aunties would always, because they knew I love chocolate a lot, they would buy chocolate and tell me, lazima dance kama watu ndio tutakupatia chocolate. So they would tie a lasso or a kitambaa on my waist and put me on the table to dance. So basically I can say these are the guys who influenced me, because my aunties are pushing me on this side as a dancer and my parents, the acting, nini. So I can give them the credit. Acting is it's not like any other job. Okay, it's almost like any other job, but it's not like any other job. Because it's something from deep inside. So that means something from deep inside is something worth tolerance, worth patience. So if you don't have those two, then you're in the wrong career. Acting calls for those two, tolerance and patience. But if you want to just get in and be on the limelight immediately, then you're in the wrong career. Look for an 8 to 5 kind of job that you'll be expecting your payroll at the end of every month. Acting, you have to go through a process. I can say acting is like starting a school. Basically, ni kama kuanza shule. So probably term 1 lazima utapata max ya chini because maybe umechelewa. Watu waliingia shule like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before you. So definitely they've covered some topics. And then you come at around the 4th week. Exam is on in the 5th week. Definitely there's a difference in performance. So acting is like that. Like when you come today, we can't be equal. I've been doing this exam over and over and over again. At least I know the strategy they use for the exam. But you're so green. So you have to go through that process. But if you're not willing to go through that process of being laid down, of not being paid, or being told you cannot do this role, then you can't make it. But if it's a route, if you decide to take, you have to really give it your all and just be patient and tolerant and expect anything until that time you'll hit your target. Some of these directors, we as the actors, we provoke them. How? Umepatiwa scripts 2 weeks ago. Watu na come set, the director expects you to have your lines, so kazi yake ni kudirect. But then you get there, you say your first 2 lines, and then you need to be prompt again. You do that like even 4 times. This guy or woman is definitely gonna be pissed off because they'll be like, why then did you have the script all this time? And then now we have to do so many stops because we need to prompt you. Or maybe you are told to go really think of your character. And then you come and you're so green. And so whatever this director is telling you, you cannot relate to it because even you yourself do not understand your character. Yeah? So if you're somebody mwenye pia upendi kuambiwa, you'll end up saying the director is rude. So yeah, there are others who are rude because kuna wengine na feeling ni kama they are the bosses. But kuna wengine sisi tunawaprovoke sisi as the actors. Because siwezi kuambia urudie kitu 4 times and then uliniambia vizuri you're an actor, so that means you understand what the acting is all about. But then nakuja set and I have to direct you more than 4 times. They're human, they get pissed off, and then that's the moment labda tukana stress kwake, and as much as they were trying to hold it on is your effect, and then you come and add all that on them, they throw it at you, you know. So you need to look at it both sides. Like I remember that's some of the reasons why I stopped doing set books. Because when you do set books, most of the directors for set books see you as a child. I'm an adult, so there's a way you talk to me even if I'm wrong. You don't scold me like a child. You can scold me as an adult and I'll feel okay, but now you scolding me, making me feel very less of who I am. It's really bad. Calling you names, telling you this and that. I know why I came there. So instead of calling me names, just tell me I don't need you in my cast and just let me go. Instead of putting me there, calling me names, already that is demoralizing you. Even if you had the psych to do that thing, it just disappears because you're like, ugh. See, at the end of the day, this guy will just, you know, diss me off. Though at times wanajitetea wanasema ati kama tujawapusha mtafanya kenye tunataka. But the reality is, ndio push me, but don't push me so much that I no longer exist on that stage. I just do it for the money. And the moment an actor starts doing acting for the sake of the money, the passion is not there. The acting is completely not there. It becomes static. Because now, nizile like tuchape job tuende. Si kujenga. Kujenga because you, but acting you have to be there. So the moment somebody has pushed you to the edge where you feel like, wacha nichape job iende, you won't be delivering. You'll just be there as a figure. So at times, it's hard. I'm a freelancer, so normally if there's a gig, I send my bio, my profile. If I fit what they need, they call me. Brenda is easy. Brenda is really easy. but then she has limits, so it depends on where you want to break. But she's easy. She's the kind of person. I believe in peaceful coexistence. I believe in mediation. That's why I'm saying it's easy. I'm easy because I'm the kind of person who does not believe that violence is the only way out. We could be having issues, but we can always have the capability to sort it out without any kind of violence, be it abuse, be it physical. We can sit down as adults or even as kids and speak it out and work things out without even involving a third party. I would want to be mostly the writer that broke the bonds of, sana being a Kenyan, there are things you're limited at doing, or there are things we think we can never write because they're too fictional. But even yesterday I told somebody there are things we watch on TV which are not fictional. They actually happen. It's just that when you see it on TV and you've never experienced it, you think it's fiction, but it's a reality. So I'd want to break that bond and be that writer who broke the bond of fiction and made it a reality because it actually happens.